Hello, friends. I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's great. I hope it's wonderful. Everything here is good. And I think I figured out my problem. And when I say that, what I mean is we've discussed many, many times here on this channel about my personal issue with finishing things, with getting overwhelmed, with getting lost in the details, with all of those sorts of things. And it's a problem that's plagued me my whole life. I've always been that person that wants to nail it down before I even start, because if I find a hiccup, I end up, inevitably putting things off or abandoning things. That's always been a problem for me. The flip side of that is if I think I know how to do something, I'll do it like full go, right? And and the wording that I chose there was very specific, right? When I think I know how to do something, that might mean that I do know how to complete whatever that task is, but maybe I'm not completing it in the best way or the most efficient way or even the safest way. But I plow through and I get it done because I think I've got this, and I go do it. But when it's something I don't know how to do, or I'm not sure what the steps are, or I perceive failure points that I don't have an answer to, I freeze up. And I felt it recently. Some of you know, on the other side of this wall, I'm finishing a room in the basement, and this has been a 6-month project. I've just been tinkering with it, and really, there was already all I had to do was put in some lights, put in some outlets, put up some drywall. That's it, right? I mean, there's 1,000 little things involved in that. I had to run new electrical circuits. I have to build a bulkhead, which I still need to do to cover up some ducting. The stairs that come down into the basement are like construction grade, just crap that needs to be completely torn out and rebuilt. So there's a whole lot of other details. But the reality is, all I needed to do was skin the walls and run electrical, which is like a weekend project. But it's taken me 6 months. And I've got it to the point now where all I have to do is build that bulkhead, and I'm ready to put up the drywall. And then once the drywall's up, I'm ready to put down flooring, trim, and then work on the stairs and figure out how the stairs work. And I think I have a pretty good idea how I'm going to do the stairs. So I'm not really hung up on that anymore. So I'm ready. I'm ready to tackle the rest, right? Well, I had a friend come over who has a handyman business, has done professional remodeling for a very long time, and I said, let me show you my construction project. And so we walk in and you look at it, and he immediately identified something that I've been struggling with in my head for the past 6 months. And he goes, oh, that's simple, you just do this and this and this and this. And immediately I got that feeling of that overwhelm. I've always described it as being overwhelmed. I don't think that's what it is. And this is slightly embarrassing to admit, but here we are. This is what I do on this channel. I think it was my flight kicking in. I am a flighter. I'm not a fighter. I've never been a fighter. I've never been in a physical altercation. I've never been in a real physical altercation. Let me put it that way. Would much rather talk my way out of a situation than to have to get physical. That doesn't mean I won't be physical. I definitely have been and will, and I'll harshly protect the people that I love. But when it comes to confrontation, I tend to back down. I tend to back away and just leave the situation. I'm a flighter, not a fighter. And that feeling, when he immediately went to the two things. I didn't say a word to him about the problems that I was having. He went to the two things and goes, you can just do this and this and this and this and this. And immediately I started to get that confrontation feeling. I think maybe you know what I'm talking about. There's a literal physical feeling that comes along with that, like, dukes up, let's do this. That like it was as if he was challenging my knowledge or something, and it started to cause me to tense up and go, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I tackling this project? I have no concept of what I'm doing. And after he left and I thought about it, I thought, man, I think that I have that feeling every time I've hit this situation. Every time I've hit that point where I don't know what I'm doing and my knowledge gap impedes me, I get that flight feeling. I get that endorphin rush. Let's get out of here. I don't know what I'm doing. I give up. And I think that's what's happening. I really do. And so the question is, I guess for me to do research, is there a way for me to push back against that feeling? There's got to be, right? Because I have finished things that I did not, that I've, M's desk. It took me 6-8 months to build a simple desk because I had that, oh, I screwed up and I don't know how to recover. And it turned on that flight feeling and I backed away from it. But eventually I came back to it and finished it. I will finish this room. It's going to get done. But that flight feeling, that I guess it's a stress. I don't know. Man, it's crippling. It's really crippling. And I don't know what to do about it. But I think I've identified it at least. I believe, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm deceiving myself. I believe that's the first time I recognized that I was getting that feeling and the reasoning behind it, and that I understood what it was, as opposed to just me going, I give up, I don't know how to do this. I knew why my body was telling me, you're an idiot, you don't know what you're doing. Like, why are you even trying this? You're a moron. So, I guess, as we've discussed so many times over the past few years, personal growth has been a big part of my life for a little while now. And I think this is another direction I can kind of start looking into trying to fix. I fight when I feel confident, regardless of whether my confidence is earned or not, regardless of whether I think I actually know what I'm saying or doing. I fight when I'm confident. I need to learn how to fight myself when I'm not confident. Yeah. Any tips? Something to read? Books? Anything? Do you feel that way sometimes? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is intransigent. It is an adjective meaning stubborn, refusing to consider opinions or other than one's own. Lamont stared for a moment in frustration, but Bert's expression was clearly intransigent one now. Isaac Asimov, Russian-born American author and biochemist. Intransigent. INTRANSIGENT. I have definitely been intransigent quite a lot in my life. Especially when it comes to my professional life, I tend to be the naysayer in the meeting because I want to maybe add some realism to expectations, and it often causes conflicts. But I also feel like it's an important part of the process, and so I voice those intransigent opinions.